we're going to paint with the chalk paint cottage white, and be kind of careful to only paint where you're going to want the napkin to really show up. If you don't paint the rock with paint first and you go to put the napkin on, it'll look like that. You have to have the back, the white part first, and then put the napkin on top of the white part, or it just kind of fades all into the rock you're using. So let's paint this. Now when I get it all painted, I'm gonna go, you can either sit back and let it dry if you're doing 50 rocks, or you can take a blow dryer and you can use it on warm heat to dry the paint. Don't use the warm heat to try to dry a Mod Podge, because Mod Podge will melt. That's why sometimes you iron it on if you have a real flat surface, which we do not. You can see I'm not getting real close to the edges. I'm not going all the way to the end because the napkin will kind of fade out on the sides that way. All right, so that's done. Take 2 pieces of tape. Separate your napkins by doing that. It'll pull apart. Double check that you don't have 3-layered napkin, and I did. If you don't check and you put 2 layers of napkins on a Mod Podge, it will just burn it, mess it up, so don't do that. Now I'm going to decide what image I want, and that's the image I want. I'm not going to cut the napkin at all, because every time I do before I paste it down, I mess it up. Now, just matte Mod Podge, pretty easy stuff, okay? Just squirt it on, and you're gonna want enough to cover it, but you don't want it to really puddle real good, because it's gonna soak through that napkin and make it really, you wanna go to the edge, and wherever you put the glue, the napkin is gonna stick. All right, now, I don't know if you can see, but I've got a puddle here, so I've put too much in there. And what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna scoop it up. I just want a nice, good, healthy, thin layer. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and see where we want the Santa. Once you don't have the option of just moving it around a whole bunch, so pick out your focal point and get it on there. And that's what I want. Now, I like to use a little sponge instead of my fingers to kind of, if you've got, especially if you've got, this has got the rock has dips and valleys in it. So that helps me get it down in there. Take your fingernail file, pick up your rock, and only go down with it, and just start. And you see how it'll come off? You're gonna do that all the way around. Okay. I'm gonna shut this off while all right, now I've filed it all the way around. If you have a spot that you want to cover up, like December the 25th or whatever, you can take part of your other napkin, find something that would go like these pine cones, or if you have a tear in your napkin, tear it around, don't cut it, tear it so that you have uneven edges, like so. Then you can place it on top like that. And what you're gonna wanna do is use a little bit of Mod Podge on your brush. Put it right there over the 25. The side is, oh, what did I do with my, oh, there it is. The size of whatever it is you're gonna do. put over it and just cover it up. Remember, this is very delicate, so where you place it is where it's probably going to stay, and you can use your brush to put it down. Now, that's all there is to that part. If you want to make it sparkle any, get you some of the sparkle Mod Podge and just touch whatever it is you want to sparkle. I'm not going to sparkle. I think I will. I think I will sparkle the edges. Because I know how you... Some people like sparkles. I do like sparkles. And when this, oops, see that piece of napkin was up, so that Mod Podge sparkle will help stick it down. Now be real careful because you can rip the napkin up if you're really pressing down hard. All right, and that is that. Now when it dries, I let mine dry overnight. Don't use the hot blow dryer to try to dry it because it is Mod Podge. But I let it dry overnight, and tomorrow I will spray a polyurethane spray over it. You can either use a matte, which would kind of take away your sparkle, but I like a semi-gloss when I do it. And that's it.